What's up guys, we're back, Joe on Twos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Quick video for today. We're just going to be doing a couple things, but this is going to be the first of many videos of prepping the race bike for 2022 season, so stay tuned. So obviously it's freaking cold out, it's winter, so that's the best time to get stuff done. You can kind of see there's been some painting done to the bike. I have the tail fairing on, I got my number 144, 2022 look out. But the one thing that we're going to be doing today is something that's super simple, easy to do. Two quick electrical mods that I think are really beneficial for race bikes or track bikes. The first is the Woodcraft Key delete. So that's what one of the things we're doing today. And another, I know everybody's going to say just put a paper clip in it, but it is basically the kill switch redundant mechanism for the kickstand, so that if you take a kickstand off, which a lot of organizations require, some bikes will shut off. It's like a safety switch, so having basically, you're just closing that loop. Obviously people would just say you could throw a little copper wire in there, but it was like $5 to add on to the order, and then I got like free shipping or something, so I was like, whatever, I'll just order that. So those are the two things we're doing today. So I know you guys didn't get to see much of the bike last time, so here's a little bit of a better look. Still doesn't have all its body work on it. So far what I've done, I threw on a new chain and sprocket. So I went with a 520 conversion. I went up one in the rear and down one on the front for the teeth. I think that's gonna be a good setup for this bike and acceleration, but still maintaining some top end. I also got a keyless gas cap because that's part of the mods that we're doing today, is to get rid of this. So obviously the key, this whole key lock assembly is, a piece of junk, it's weight. So you can, lose some weight. That's gonna be a different video of removing that. Reasons to do this. One, people always say, oh, if you forget your key for the racetrack, then bam. Basically what we're gonna be doing is turning this into your ignition. So now you can see when I hit this button, the bike does not turn on. When we're done with this, when I do that, the bike will turn on. Benefit to that is one, you don't have to worry about remembering your key, but the bigger benefit is if you have a small low side crash or a little bit of a tumble in the middle of a race weekend or a track weekend, and somehow your key is in here and gets broken, your whole weekend could be ruined, because the rest of the bike could be perfectly fine, but if your key is broken in there, it might be impossible to get it out, or if you only have one key, then you're done for the whole weekend. So kind of a stupid thing that can save you a whole weekend's worth of problems if you just do this mod. Same thing for, there's really no benefit for this, which is the kickstand relay, other than you just have to take it off for racing, so you might as well it's an easy way to have to. Now, another quick note, I would not recommend doing the keyless mod for road bikes. That kind of defeats the purpose. Like anybody can just hop on your bike, start it, and go. You're taking away all the anti-theft aspects. Now you could do a key delete and then leave this key system on here and use the steering wheel lock still on it, but honestly I would just keep the whole key assembly then, because you're really not benefiting at all. Also, especially depending on if you're I trust that track organizations that I ride with and etc., but realistically anybody can just walk away with your bike, so have some other type of redundant backup safety mechanism that you kind of use to keep your bike locked up and safe if you do this mod, because like I said, now you're taking away basically a point for, I use multiple different types of locks and wheel locks and frame locks, etc., that you can use on your bike, which I can go over in a future video. So yeah, just remember that you are defeating one of the anti-theft aspects of your bike when you do this mod, so make sure that your bike is otherwise locked up safely. So installing this should be super easy. There's two portions to that lock, to that key delete wiring harness. One of them is going to go right here to the red, a little red clip there. We're on the left side of the bike, and the front fairing's off. So one of them is going to go into that red clip. The other one's going to go into this main clip. Then it's going to run across, and then it's going to sit in line with those blue clips. It's going to sit in between. So I'm going to break out the package, and hopefully this will be a super short video and easy to do. So you can see we have the 2 new blue cables there ready to go in line. And I think what I'm going to do is run this cable with the harness that goes right to the front dash and then around the front and somehow secure it for the time being like that. I might do a different type of setup, might go up over the fairing stay. That actually probably is better, as long as it just doesn't get in the way of the wheel lock. So right now we're doing the first on the left side, the red clip. It should just come on out. These are sometimes a pain. There we go, not too bad. So you see this one red clip? That's where this little white clip on our Key Elite harness is gonna go into. All right, there's one. And for number 2, we need to undo this, which I'm just gonna use 2 hands for, so I'll be right back. All right, like usual, these clips are always a pain, especially with cold hands. But now we're just gonna take, there you go, easy peasy. So as you can see, we had the original coming from the ignition. Now those 2 replaced it. So this is eventually hopefully going to be garbage when we take out the rest of the key assembly system. That's going to be for another day. Now if we just follow the harness around, which I think we're going to loop up and over the fairing stay. So now you can see we're on the right side of the bike. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall. I guess I'm light. So we have the original blue connector, which you can trace it back to the kill switch, which we're going to unplug. And then this is going to sit in between. So one end's going to plug in with this end, and then the other end is going to plug in where the other plug is. And that's what it means by sitting in line, because it's in between. And now before we secure everything down, we're gonna do a quick little test. Hopefully this red button, we will see some pretty colors. And there we go. And it should, yep. There we go, voila. So now we killed this, the need for a key. And now, in the future, I'm gonna get this. Let me take the front, part of my work, when I take the front top of the triple off, we'll then take the key system out, because typically there are riveted bolts underneath, which make those very annoying to get out, but it's weight savings, and it's a good spot to put a lap timer. And next up, we're just gonna quickly throw this on and then we're done. I can't really find where this little plug's supposed to go, but I did get the kill switch system off. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is just cut the wires and then splice them into this, because it should just be a closed loop system, since that's how this plug looks like it works, because it would be connecting the 2 wires together. And if it doesn't work, then we'll just take it off and it should work. So I'm gonna give that a try and see how it works. So easy peasy actually saving this, because since it's a closed loop system, all you need to do is tie the wires together and you delete it. So save yourself the purchase, because there's really no need for it. So yeah, I'm gonna tape that, we'll close that up, waterproof it, then tape it up, get it out of the way, tie it to some other wires nearby, and call it quits. I'll be right there in a second. Well, I was a little surprised about that at the end, but overall, everything went really smoothly. Super easy to get that kill switch turned into the key. Remember, make sure you install something for safety on your bike for locking it up. And 2, probably wasn't the normal way to do it, but all I did was take off kickstand kill switch thing. Oh, it's chilly out here. You probably see my breath. I took out the kickstand wire, plug assembly, whatever. There wasn't a plug down, and it looked like I had to go into the frame, like up beneath and lift the tank and everything, just to plug this stupid little wire. And then all it does is connect 2 wires together. So you just cut. If it's a closed loop system, meaning that if the solution is a closed loop, system, meaning that that little plug connected the wires together all the time. That means when the kickstand's down, it separates the current. So as long as you snip those wires and tie those two wires together, preferably solder them, put some shrink wrap on them, and then tape them up and put them away from anywhere with a lot of heat, then you're good to go and you don't need to buy a little part. But I will link in the description the part for the key delete. I think it was really easy, really simple, and worth it. So I'm gonna try to put videos out about every couple of weeks. I'll have something to do about every 2 weeks until we get to race season, and then we'll be racing and I'll be recording all that for you guys. So catch you guys next time. Go on twos.